always pack some dry wood away because you never know what the weather's going to do.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I'm Grimm.
I'm Ole Grizz.
And the snow has melted away. Spring has sprung. So hopefully maybe find some wild edibles. But needless to say, we have to get out there and see what we can do.
Yep.
I'm going to continue not to use my ferro rod, but we may have a surprise for you when it comes to Ole Grizz in that department.
Maybe.
And I'm going to continue to practice my bow drill skills. And now that it's not snowing, it could be a little bit easier. Maybe. We'll see. So why don't you join us on this bug out adventure?
Come on along.
And this is our new home. And Ole Grizz has already found himself a nice place to sit down there. Looks pretty comfy. I'll be honest with you, I was eyeballing it myself, but he beat me to it.
Big chair.
There you go. Good bug out friend share. That's what you do. There's water nearby, always important. Plenty of wood, and actually an abundance of stone, so if we want to start making something. But it's time to set up camp.
Ole Grizz here. Looks like I got my hammock set up, and just a few words about the old hammock and how I handle stuff. I got my bed in here, that's not a sleeping bag, that's a quilt that's going to go on top of me. And this is an insulating oh, what do they call them? Anyway, but I put my stuff in my bags. When I say stuff, like if it gets cold tonight, I don't have to get out of my pack, or rack, although I will, I'm sure, but I can put my fleece on. I got another thing in there. There'll be some other things. I got myself, look at that, a ferro rod, a big one, Uber Lieben. Anyway, I've fooled with it at home. It sparks. And don't go away. And I've got me one of them, not the exact same one, but I got me one of them stoves that's gonna burn little stuff. And I'm gonna stop right now because I don't have enough hands. I got one of these stoves, like different manufacturer, like Grimm's got, and then mine's pretty light. Grimm's is, kind of like the Cadillac. This is kind of like the Volkswagen. So anyway, you fit this thing together. Hopefully I can remember how. I don't know if it matters or not. I do know you put the three sides together, and you put the bottom in, and then once you get that in there, and that in there, and that in there, that in there. Grimm checked this out when we were home, and there's some sharp edges on it. I tried to get some of them, not all of them. I can still feel some. Then you slide the front on, and as they say in the instructions, you kind of twist it on, get her down. And this is called a Ember Light, and it's made in the USA. Woohoo!
It's time to give it another shot. Last time I tried this, I failed, but it is drier, it's not snowing, and I have some processed tree bark that I found off of a dead stick. Unfortunately, I found on the ground and I wasn't able to identify the tree, but also here's some more of the jute that I processed. We got Ole Grizz's stove here that we've reverse stacked, so thicker on the bottom, lighter on the top. Tons and tons of tiny twigs and bigger sticks. And then finally, a new piece of gear is this guy. So I don't have to make my own bearing block anymore, and this actually can be a flint striker as well, and will also strike a ferro rod. Fun little piece of gear there. So I'm gonna set up the cameras, and we're gonna give this a whirl. Ah, oh yes. Fire by friction. Well, Grizz, I got this fire. You can get tomorrow's fire. Well, while we wait for my food to rehydrate and Ole Grizz's oatmeal to keep on steaming, it is conflicted card time. You want to draw the card to me?
I will.
A little shuffle.
It's probably one I've already done.
No, I take them out.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
This deck is getting smaller. And the conflicted card reads as such. Due to massive social unrest, your city is burning to the ground. You and your loved ones decide it's time to bug out. All you have is a 9mm pistol and a decent supply of food and water. On your way to your predetermined bug out location, you run into a family friend who wants to barter his firearms for food and water because he didn't see this coming. You have enough spare food and water to trade for only one weapon: a .22 long rifle, a 12-gauge shotgun, or a bolt-action .308 rifle. Each gun comes with a good supply of ammo. Which weapon would you choose and why? You or me?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm not an expert in guns. I think I'd choose the shotgun. It is potentially to the assailant more, in my opinion, more scary, more, I don't want to...
Intimidating.
Intimidating, thank you, Graham. I appreciate it. My vocabulary is shortened up a bit. Intimidating. And I think also it would, the other weapons, the big caliber weapon would be kill. The .22 would be wound, but they may still keep coming. The shotgun, wound, but might stop them. That's my opinion. What do you think, Graham?
So you already have a 9mm. So that can be used for personal protection while you're getting to your bug out location. It doesn't say whether I have any other means of hunting, even though I love the 308 round. I think I'm going to go with the 22. I know that's very stereotypical of survivalists and bug out people, but I have the 9mm to keep the two-legged creatures away while I get to my bug out location. And then once I get there, the 22 is actually quite deadly. Shot placement is everything, and you can hunt with it. You know, I can get squirrels, I can get rabbits. The ammo is not nearly as heavy per size, per amount as a 308 or a shotgun. Again, stereotypical, but it's not as intimidating as a shotgun. But I think I would go with the 22 long rifle because I could protect, not as scary, granted, but I could still hurt somebody with it. And I can also hunt with it. You can hunt with a shotgun, depending on the rounds.
Just going to add in there, shotguns, you know, you're spitting out a lot of booties.
But it is heavier. The ammo is heavier.
It is heavier.
But that's what I think. That's what Ole Grizz thinks.
I think.
Now we want to know what you think. So we did the different cameras. You think. So leave your comments down below, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy these conflicted cards, there is a sponsored link in the description. Check them out. Buy a pack. I think they have about 9 or so now. Wow. We're still on deck 1. Yeah, a long way to go. Night is calm, and Ole Grizz and I have decided to hit the sack. It's actually nice that it gets dark later in the spring and summer months. Going to bed at 5 or 6 is never fun in the wintertime. The temperature is 50 degrees. See how cold it gets throughout the night. And I have to just say that I'm very happy that I was able to make fire with the bow drill. It was a wonderful experience. And since I made fire today, I think Ole Grizz should make fire tomorrow. So let's see what he comes up with. Good night. Day 2. And it's raining. Started raining pretty late last night, or early morning I should say. Got as cold as 42 according to the thermometer. And it's very slowly warming up. Ole Grizz, ease up. But not sure there's going to be much movement on this bug out if it doesn't let up. We'll see. There's a saying that survivalists have, and I do believe that it applies to bugging out as well. Is that when you don't have to run, you walk. When you don't have to walk, you sit. And when you don't have to sit, you lay down. Ole Grizz is over there trying to get to some dry wood in that old stump, but you can see here, always pack some dry wood away because you never know what the weather's going to do. Now it's Ole Grizz's turn to make some fire. He's in the rain though. Yeah, in the rain. But I believe you're going to be doing it one of my favorite ways, which is with a ferro rod. So right now I'm hoping. He's hoping. He's making some nice little strips there with the dry twigs that we have. I'm gonna leave him be, help him if he needs it. Let's see if we can get this puppy started. What did you bring for tinder?
It's from the dryer, from you know, drying your clothes and the lint you pull out.
Oh, that's usually what I have too.
Some of it's better. I've noticed some of it burns quicker than others. So I'm not sure if it's the white's good stuff or the brown. Let's see.
This is Ole Grizz's first ferro rod attempt. Good. Maybe do a longer stroke and it still doesn't seem to maybe fluff up that lint a little bit more since it's so wet. Well, the air's wet, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
Another nice technique that I've been trying to show Violet as well is that you cut the striker close and you pull the ferro rod rather than striking it down. See? Get it, there's little twigs on there. Good trick. Spreading. Hallelujah. There you go, some nice healthy flames right there.
Yeah, boy.
Well, congratulations, Ole Grizz, on your very first ferro rod fire.
Yeah.
There you are. Waste not. Sure, there's a stream right over there that Ole Grizz and I can go over and get water from, but that means going out there and getting wet. And why bother when water's coming straight to you? So water right there, put it on the fire, make some nice hot water to warm up the soul. So take advantage of the situation, whether it is not a good situation or not. Find little ways to make it for your betterment. Well, since the weather's got us locked in, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to try something new. And I've seen this and read about that people using Altoid tins to make char cloth. Well, I thought, since I got nothing else to do, because I can't get out from here, try to make some char cloth. The nice thing about char cloth is that it will take the minimal of spark, like flint and steel spark, but it's also one of those chicken and egg sort of things. You need fire to make char cloth, and you need char cloth to make fire. So while we have fire, I'm going to take the opportunity to experiment. I'm just going to take some random cotton cloth here, and I am going to 100%, thank you, and I'm going to process it down into some strips so I can toss it in the tin, throw it on the fire. We're going to see what happens. The Altoids tin is cool enough for me to touch. Hands are gonna get dirty. Let's crack it open. Didn't have it too long, it looked like. And there we are. Now not, oh yeah, look at that. Down there at the bottom. So maybe I just kinda need to rotate it, because there's definitely some that has not gotten it. Maybe I should have flipped the Altoids tin. Yeah. I learned, but actually, some of these edges are great, and actually down here, that, right there. But this actually goes right into one of my points of having a little bit of cotton insurance. Now, that could be as simple as your bandana, or having a little bit of raw or raggedy 100% cotton, a flannel shirt, something that's 100% cotton with you or on you. Because either A, you could make it into some char cloth, or B, there has been a time where I actually scraped lint off of my shirt to make a fire. So if you want to know more about cotton insurance, check out the link that's going to be popping up in the corner for the bot, cotton insurance.
Ole Grizz here. It's night 2.
I like to think, despite being locked down in one place because of the rain, we actually got a lot done and tried a lot.
It's a good day, a rain day, so a relaxing day. Gathering wood and getting some things done and learned about and tried and true, and that's good.
We'll see how cold it gets the rest of the night, but I'm looking forward to a nice restful sleep.
Say goodnight.
Good night. Day 3. And it has stopped raining. Everything's still wet, so we're gonna have to wipe down the gear before we put it away, because you don't want to put wet gear away. Low of 41. It's 45 now, and it's probably only had that one warm day, but you have to be careful during those transition seasons, your spring and your fall, because you can get those really warm days and then all of a sudden really cold days, so be aware of that. I think Ole Grizz and I are just gonna pack up and head on out. While I was packing up all my gear, one of the first things I take out of my hammock is my tube light, because I have it hanging up by my head, and it's nice because it gives off a nice little bit of light when you wake up in the dark, whether it be inside your hammock or your tent. And actually, I just had it hanging right here on my line, gathering up lots of solar energy, and believe it or not, that was enough to give it energy throughout the entire night. But if you want to know what I really think about the tube light, check out the link that's going to be popping up in the corner for the review of the tube light. It's a fun little piece of gear. And we're off.
We're off.
And as always, we've left no trace. Well, except for maybe a couple little dry patches where our rain flies protected the ground. But I believe it's getting a bit warmer, maybe in the upper 40s, or it could just be because we've been moving around and we've heated our bodies up by packing everything up. But I was thinking to myself as we're rolling out of here, what does Ole Grizz think about being locked in by the weather like we were? You know, being stationary for so long. So, well, what was your take on that, Ole Grizz?
Well, it's the luck of the draw. It's the way the dice fall. You know, what are you going to do? But it is, you can take advantage of it, relaxing like we did, getting some rest, getting some, a nap here and there. Kind of nice in one way. Sound of the falling rain. I wouldn't say it was a terrible thing.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it also just probably have some things in the back of your mind. Maybe think about that. What can you do to keep yourself busy other than resting, which is totally acceptable during a survival bug out situation. But sometimes, your mind wants to do stuff, so maybe some things, think of things that you could do under your shelter, or if you're inside your tent, something small. Maybe that's recheck your bag, perhaps, or just kind of have that in the back of your head when you do get locked in by the weather, because it will happen. It's not if, it's a will happen. And for me, it's happened 2 bug outs in a row, one with snow and one with rain. So I'm getting the hang of it, I think.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get on our way. We're gonna get out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this bug out episode.
Yes.
And I hope you can see that we are trying some new things as we progress in the show. Ole Grizz brought his
Ferro rod and stove.
first time. And did really well. I myself am continuing not to use my ferro rod, and finally got the bow drill to work, and trying some char cloths and different techniques. So we're always learning, and we encourage you to keep on experimenting and also pushing yourself a little bit further past your comfort zone if you choose to do this, because you never know when you're not going to have something that you need or that you really, really rely on. Like for me, I love my ferro rod. That's why I took it away.
I love my Bic.
And we took it away. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next time.